Come on, girls, let you go. Hup. Come on, 22. Come on. Come on. Out you go. One of the friendlier cows she is. Oh, I've got a Meg. Oh, howdy folks, how are we doing? If you can hear me. Noisy damn cars. Because they've not been fed this afternoon yet. So I haven't done one of these for ages. I don't know, I don't get time, do you? Noisy things. Right, let's get in the cab. We have a bit of peace and quiet then, can't we? Oh, there we go. So it's been about a week since Lamma. Best show it's ever been. Best show it's ever been. And as usual with Lamma, I've ended up with a cold after it because this year especially, it met hundreds and hundreds of people. A lot of you watch the channel and that sort of thing. Great to meet you all and put a lot of faces to the names and comments. So that was bloody great, like. But inevitably I end up with a cold. So I've got a good old cold at the minute. So excuse the coughing. Now, yeah, we're milking about 140 cows, which is way more than we normally. We roughly sort of, give or take 120 odd sort of thing. That's the average. But we're 140 at the minute, so we've got, as well as obviously 100 in the cubicles and the bottom yard, which we normally have wet cows in. And there's 30 in there at the minute, so that's fairly well round packed. In the new shed, we've got 10 in here, so and these are around the other side of the yard, so it's a right old pain at the minute. To keep these clean, we're chopping in here every afternoon. Although, even though there's only 10, it's a big, it's a fair sized yard. It still gets mucky, and you don't want mucky wet cows, milking cows, because then you get mastitis, all that sort of stuff. So, so I've got the chopper in here, but the trouble with this chopper is it's not really designed. Well, it is designed, but it's not good in yards because it comes. You've got two thick spouts. We've got the you can see we've got the spout on the, as you're looking on the right there. Now that is, you can shut the bottom of it off so it comes out the top, but then it doesn't really it only likes a perfectly good dry valve to blow it out that top bit, otherwise it blocks. So, but it wouldn't be any advantage in here anyway to just blow it too far. So at the minute we're just blowing out the bottom one side, got the left hand side as you're looking at it shut off. So yeah, so in the yards it's less than ideal, and this is, that's why we only really use it in the cubicles and in the normal bottom yard that we have the other milkers in, because it's just too impractical to use for blowing straw into. So at Lamma, whilst I was at Lamma, I took the opportunity to look at the different types of chopper that were there. So because the farm is looking at getting a replacement chopper there, because it's just 20 odd years old as well. It's starting to get a bit warm. So let's just stop that a minute, and we'll spin it round. We'll go out and spin it round so we can do the half of the shed that we're in at the minute. So yeah, the farm's looking at getting another chopper, and hopefully one that is more practical than this one. But obviously, above all else, it still needs to be able to chop in the cubicles. So basic requirements are it needs to be very compact, because we're talking traditional buildings. So like this is, you know, you can't get a lot more compact than this. But this has obviously got its limitations, like I was just saying. So we're looking at the range of mounted dual chop machines that have got a spout on them, a swivel spout. I wish there was a few at Lamma. So there was McHale, looked at them. There was Lucas, there was Teagle, and there was Kidd. Shopped in there. So you've already had a look at a Teagle dual chop. I forget exactly what it was. Their new model. It was trailed because here's the trouble. The trailed ones require about 60 horsepower to power them. Not a lot, you know. Similar to this, don't need a lot of horsepower. The mounted versions, which are essentially exactly the same machine, just without you know, an axle at the back like to support it, require double the horsepower, but they don't. It's just purely the weight they require. So so that's the issue. Well, 22. Yes. You good, Kel? So they're all stored up nicely. One bale. Yes, you're being a spazzer, aren't you? Super spaz. Right, so now feed everything and then refill the wagon. Go on, up you get. Oh, just waking the main lot up now for milking, because these will sleep in all day. Give it half a chance. Go on, there you go. Hip, hip. Ooh, nice poo. Come on, girl. Come on, there you go. Come on. So actually this bit here is the awkward bit about the chopping, because we're restricted with height. And a lot of these pivot machines with the top, you know, the top pivot, the top chute, you ain't got the angle to blow it into the beds at the back. So obviously Lamma was very, very cool for me this year. Because obviously the TW was on the Tama stand. So obviously I got there. I was there helping build the stand, like, you know, to see the show before it opens to the public was, yeah, just been cool, like. So yeah, that was excellent. So I took it there on the Monday. Got there about, I didn't take it, Woodcrafts. They took it up there on the Monday. Got there about 1. So then I, you know, took it to the stand all the way around the back of the NEC. And then yeah, then we sort of built a stand around it. So yeah, that was very cool. Whether I'll experience that again or what, I don't know, but it was very cool. So so yeah, and of course we had Wes there again this year. He come over for Lamma as well, him, Teresa and William. That was great to catch up with him as well. Obviously we had a look at the new CR11, New Holland's latest greatest flagship, and what a combine that is. I mean, it really has, in my view, taken you know, high output combine into the next level. Tell we're in the loader, can't you? Got a whole Series 3 squeaky seat. Rather a pain in the proverbial. Apparently a lot of the Series 3s do this after a while. This has been doing it for God knows how long now. You know, you oil it up under there and everything, like, and it'll cure it for a day or two, and then it just squeaks again, like. Nothing really wrong with the seat, you know, it's not loose, lovely and smooth, works perfectly, like, it just squeaks like there's a blooming herd of mice under there. And like I say, I've had a few comments saying saying, oh, that's, you know, you got a Series 3 seat in there, have you? Series 3 loader, you know, not a Series 3 seat, a Series 3 loader. So yeah, pain in the preverb, always squeaking away. Just turn the radio up a little bit louder so you can't hear it. Right, so the mix we're doing at the minute, as you see the varying levels of dry matter in them. Obviously very dry, meadow grass, almost haylage really that is. Then we've got another meadow grass, bit damper this time, slightly less dry matter. Then we've got a first cut ryegrass, bit squidgy, but the first cut ryegrass, and that is giving us a lovely sort of, not a wet mix, not a dry mix, a very good, you know, a good mix basically. And we're feeding, well at the minute we're feeding over 6 tonne a day of food to the cows. So when you're feeding the wagon with silage, round bale silage, you always want to start off with your driest bale first, because it chops the hardest, if that makes sense. It doesn't chop as easy as a wet bale. You've got to put a floppy wet bale in, it's you know, it's gone sort of thing. It's chopped within, or it's mixed up within seconds. With this, there's a lot of material in there, and we'll see when we get it in there, but it takes a bit of processing. So you stick that in first, then your wet ones after it. The drier the material is, the more it kind of sticks to the net wrap. That's actually one of the new products on the town stand actually. New product called Easy Web. It does the same job as this net wrap, but they're much thicker bands. You see these are all really thin bands on the old net wrap. Well, the Easy Web is the Easy Web bands are, I don't know, half an inch, 3/4 inch thick, something like that. So there's a lot less of them, they're a lot thicker, so they don't pick the material up as much. The other thing with them is it's made out of the same plastic as the stretch film, so you don't have to separate the two. Like at the minute we separate the two. We've got the net wrap in that bag, this bag, I've got the stretch film. Because if you remember the video I'd done at Helix and start of last year, about a year ago actually, you can't mix the two because they're two different plastics, so when they go to recycle them they need to be separated. So this new Easy Web, yeah, smart stuff like. So it just all goes together, so it makes life, you know, it makes it easier to recycle basically. And you I know people don't like hearing the word recycle, but you can't get away from it, like, you know. It's going to become more and more prevalent, and the easier we can make it, the better off it's going to be, like, you know. So so I think we'll have a look at this Easy Web this silage season, see what the stuff's like. Whilst we're here, we'll have a quick look at the old T-dub, because I still can't get over how well she looks. You know, she polished up really well, and I've got Darren to thank for that. Darren Brown, you know, you'll have seen him in the videos. He's the chap with the McCormick, and he does pipe repairs. You know, he's got his own business doing hydraulic pipe repairs or replacements, that sort of thing. and he's a good old boy, and he polished the hell out of her. Yeah, she does look a treat. Still sporting her Tama banner over the top of the window. I haven't took that off yet, but yeah, gosh, she does look like a different tractor, doesn't she? Does look like a different tractor. What's she worth now? What would, you know, if you're in the market for a TW, what would you pay for her now, like? You know, knowing her specs, like she's what, 7,500 hours, putting out about 170 horse out the back end, solid as a rock, got the Seat tyres on there, you know, blooming 90% grip on them. Got the front weights to go on there. Obviously got the wheel weights there all painted as well. Painted wheels. You know, she's a smart old rig. What would you pay for her? Just out of interest. Anyway, we better get to mixing. So there you go, that's just that one bale in there at the minute. Because it's so dry, it sort of kind of sticks together, doesn't fall apart very well. And it's light and airy. A bit like straw. You know, straw would do the same sort of thing. But if that was a wet bale, there'd just be a little pile in the bottom sort of thing. So, that is processed well enough now. We can stick this wetter bale in, and that'll just help squidge it down, and that'll have the weight to process this a bit quicker. So we'll shove that in. Everything's done. I just need to put a couple of bales in here for the effers and the bull, of which they'll play with these. They'll attack them barrels with gusto, they will, as they already have done. One for the feeder and then one for the thing on the floor for bedding. These are actually not this year's barrels, these are from 2 years ago. Stored outside, and they're actually in blooming good nick. They're in very good nick. Yeah, they're really, they're really having a go at that. We have got our follow-up little bull in there as well. Reggie's brother, so I've nicknamed him Ronnie. It's the natural thing to do, isn't it? So Reggie and Ronnie, and he's a bit of a Ronnie actually. Like, you know, he does like a bit of a scrap of the bale. Leave it alone. They'll get the crap off the net wrap. This is where the, you know, a new straw chopper would come in handy with a little chute, because I wouldn't have to roll them out by hand. I could just go along the feed fence and it'd be done. Now it is all showing. If he turns out like Reggie, well, turns out like Reggie, it'll be £1,000 because Reggie is literally £1,000. But he's still young yet, full of spunk. But yeah, he's having a great time in here with all these young ladies. Anyway, I'm about ready to go in. I'm nearly done now. I think the boys are nearly finished milking. So, see you guys on the next one. Ta-ta!